Yeah, it has been a big week for U.S. agriculture. We had yesterday the signing of Phase 1 of the China agreement with China, and that's going to, I believe, is going to have be very spectacular for U.S. farmers and ranchers, removing a lot of long-standing market access barriers that have kept our products out, as well as committing China to purchase $80 billion worth of U.S. agriculture commodities over the next 2 years. The second big win, of course, that we had is today the Senate finally passed the U.S.-Mexico-Canada agreement, very important for locking in the gains and bringing stability to our trading relationship to two of our largest trading partners in the world, but also increasing market access, particularly into Canada, for our dairy products, for our poultry, egg products, for our wheat. Really important there. And so, yeah, it's a big week on trade. And of course, we started out the year on January 1 with implementation of the U.S.-Japan Free Trade Agreement, which really helps level the playing field, make sure that the U.S. commodities, whether it be beef or pork or other products, are able to compete in Japan at the same level as Japan's other TPP partners or the European Union, which has a free trade agreement with Japan. Yeah, it's a great question because, of course, I think that has been the fear of, what would be the lingering effects of the trade retaliation and the trade impacts that we've seen. I believe that it really is going to be short-lived, or it's going to go away, and that's because under the agreement, China has agreed to purchase in calendar year 20 $36.5 billion worth of U.S. agriculture commodities, and then next year, in calendar year 2021, $43.5 billion worth of agriculture commodities. That's coming from a base in 2017, this was before the trade wars, of $24 billion. So we're jumping from 24 up to 36.5, up to 43, and that's going to be spread out across the board for lots of different commodities. Soybeans certainly, but also pork and beef and poultry, dairy products, fruits and vegetables, tree nuts, and so it's going to be ethanol, dried distillers grain. So it's going to really benefit a lot of commodities, and I think that's going to, allow us to get back that market and get back into the market very quickly because of the purchase commitments. Really, I think the next coming or the upcoming free trade agreements that we're looking at is certainly, first and foremost, would probably be the United Kingdom, because with the UK leaving the European Union, Brexiting at the end of the month, that creates an opportunity for us to have that trading relationship with the UK, and so we've already had our negotiators are meeting on that to see how do we facilitate a free trade agreement, and then following that, high priorities for us at the Department of Agriculture is looking to Southeast Asia, looking to markets like Vietnam, Thailand, the Philippines, where we have seen really growing populations, growing appetite for U.S. agriculture commodities, but yet where we still face a number of barriers and high tariffs. Yeah, and that we see that as one of our fundamental, of course, key responsibilities is how do we protect U.S. agriculture, both the livestock industry and our plant-based industry, from diseases and pests from being introduced here. And certainly any kind of introduction like an African swine fever, foot and mouth disease would be very devastating for the livestock industry. And then, of course, that would have very much high spillover effects onto the grain and oilseed industries as well. And so we have been working, been very vigilant at the border, working with Customs and Border Protection. Our Animal and Plant Health Inspection Service of USDA has been working with the states to make sure that we have exercises to see what would we do in the event of an outbreak, making sure we have the training, the right responses, so that we could contain it very quickly and keep it from spreading. We are also standing up, as part of the Farm Bill, really some additional funding, and we're going to be rolling out here $5 million in grants going out to states to help them with their animal disease preparedness, and another $5 million going to support our diagnostic laboratories that are in our states, so that we can very quickly diagnose an issue, and then so that we're able to respond to it. And then we're also going to be purchasing vaccine for our foot and mouth disease vaccine bank, so that we're able, again, to contain an outbreak should anything occur. Well, certainly agriculture research, agriculture sustainability, and sustainable intensification, big pushes that we're making at the Department of Agriculture. How can we help U.S. farmers not only intensify their production in a sustainable way, but also address the water quality, climate change, and other issues that we're facing? We believe that through agriculture innovation, the latest technologies, agriculture research, that agriculture can be a solution to help solve these problems.